Ori and the Blind Forest, a side-scrolling platformer from Moon Studios, delivers not only a visual and musical delight, but also manages the rare feat of combining it with charming, challenging gameplay and an emotionally engaging narrative. I will give nothing away about this beautifully crafted story but to say that Disney or Studio Ghibli would be more than proud of the connection this little game makes with you and how you will want nothing more than to complete the journey on behalf of your new friend Ori, a cute guardian spirit given the task of restoring a destroyed forest back to its former glory. Ori quickly meets a smaller spirit named Sane who will serve as a guide and defender while providing invaluable assistance for the tasks ahead. You, as the adorable Ori, platform and puzzle solve your way through this beautiful world, acquiring skills as well as evolving your already existing abilities. Cleverly designed boss battles will occasionally bar your progress, and you will often find areas that are inaccessible until the appropriate skills are unlocked. This is pretty formulaic for platforming, but the backtracking is never tedious and occasionally is entirely optional. What isn't formulaic, though, is some brilliant game design that keeps the experience feeling fresh and new. The limited save mechanic could sound like an unreasonable restriction, but instead gives the developer the ability to be a little unfair with some design choices. You may be caught out by a cruel insta-kill section once, but you can spawn a save point right before your second attempt to ensure that the third, fourth, or 20th attempt requires the least amount of retracing your steps. I did not in my playthrough ever find that I didn't have a save when I wanted one. However, I was inclined to take risks to find out what was ahead so as not to waste a valuable save, since getting caught without one would have left me in a truly tricky position. Ori and the Blind Forest is an early contender for Game of the Year for sure, but it is not free of small issues. The game runs silky smooth holding its frame rate throughout, but some lag can be encountered when the game appears to be loading information during a transition from one area to another. This is a relatively rare occurrence, however, and it rarely impacts the gameplay negatively. The controls are another point of contention. The game demands perfection on a regular basis, and sometimes the controls are occasionally the greatest barrier to your success. The inability to remap buttons was particularly frustrating. The final criticism revolves around the game's difficulty. The limited save mechanic combines with some very tricky areas to create sections you may have to repeat a number of times. While the current generation of gamers might consider this a roguelike element, I felt it was quite charmingly and infuriatingly reminiscent of older generation platformers, so it's hard to consider it a true negative. That said, however, these are small complaints and the game delivers on every promise it makes, including a perhaps excessively positive conclusion to the narrative. Moon Studios has brought us a truly wonderful gaming experience and merges it with a presentation that can only be described as a piece of art. Microsoft as the publisher seem to stay completely out of the way, and they have been rewarded with a masterpiece. Ori and the Blind Forest is available currently on PC through Steam and Xbox One for only $20 and promises you 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, more if you decide to go after all the secrets and collectibles. I strongly suggest that you play the PC game with a controller. I can't recommend this game enough, and I will give it a very solid 9 out of 10. This is Sanlumiere, and if you liked this video, please follow, subscribe, or whatever the social media platform of your choice recommends that you do to let me know that I'm going the right direction with these videos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.